ladies and gentlemen, this World Meteorological Organization Hurricane Committee meeting is officially in session. All right. And Lanza wants to know if y'all are going to retire Imelda from 2019. And I'm putting up a red alert for multiple reasons, one of them being things seem kind of glitchy and strange. That's right, we're watching a pretty amazing storm system that has dropped a hecaton amount of snow on Colorado and multiple areas. Notice how its moisture fist goes east as this part of the storm expands to the west. Wait, flip-flop those things I said around if you can in your imagination. And anytime the satellite gets super kind of weirdly glitchy, I always say, take the weird weather watch up a notch. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been keeping score at home, the earthquake and volcano data is pretty much off the charts in March 2021. And Lanza is pointing out again that there's still no buoy data, and that's pretty absurd. So the buoys in the Gulf of Mexico aren't really working for some reason. And when I woke up, well, I didn't fall asleep, but when I went outside, I saw that it was foggy early in the morning where I was. So foggy always sets off my spider sense a bit. You know what I'm saying? And we're on super high red alert for this storm possibly spinning up big, huge, giant, dangerous tornadoes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday through the south, including Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. And watch how the two parts. So notice how there's a storm here and a storm here, and all of a sudden, boom, they just click together. Like, click. Like that. See that? That's a weird move, man. Watch the two storms click. All of a sudden, it's like bing, bam. There you go. Bing, bam. There you go. See that? That is weird. And so, tomorrow we got a bunch of danger yellow on the board for Oklahoma, Tulsa, Wichita, Newman, Lawton, and that is like Oklahoma, Kansas areas. We fast forward to Wednesday, it looks like that is the big bitch of the bunch. We get orange risk, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that updated in the near future to red in the middle of the bullseye for Memphis, Birmingham, Montgomery, Little Rock, Jackson, New Orleans gets the yellow, Atlanta, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, and Mobile get the yellow as well. And so this is Wednesday, and these areas are more heavily populated than this area where the tornadoes went through a few days ago. And then I think that would make it Thursday. You would get the yellow blob for the southeast, being like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. Okay. This has been a heck of a storm so far, in my opinion. And now we're looking at outer space from the cameras that NASA put up in 1995. They should probably update them. They used to have two stereo ahead and stereo behind so they could watch the sun from 360 degrees or all 1080. I forget the term. Front and back side, but the behind camera broke a couple years ago. I would highly recommend updating these things, but there's definitely energy flying through outer space right now. And so just, keep your head up, stay awake and aware. And this is Earth right here. And it is so cool because this is the Beehive Galaxy and its little dragon friend. And so we have been watching, and they sit out in front of the galactic core. We have been watching this for years here at THORnews. And even though we haven't upgraded our cameras, it has been very nice and considerate of the Beehive Galaxy to get more defined on its own, it and its fellow moon, or whatever's happening here, stars, whatever you want to call them. Oh, it almost looks like a bear's paw. But yeah, so I'm just saying, things are kind of weird. And I plan to take a couple of days off around 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. which I haven't really done in a while, years. And so things are crazy and wild. Who knows what's going to happen next? Oh, and we're getting this little thing here, which means Venus will be entering frame sometime in the near future. Yeah, I've been obsessed with these things, these two, for a while, because they're very interesting. So we'll see what happens as the Earth passes by this thing. Just something to watch out for. And here's that little space invader that is the galactic core thingy. And we got hit by a geomagnetic storm, and we've been getting hit by a couple light ones, several, over the last few days. It usually takes like 3 days-ish before we see that in earthquake and volcano signatures. This sunspot just had a B-class solar flare. This little spot here is trying to wake up. Could it be a sunspot? This one was a sunspot, but it's no longer a sunspot. Oh, I'm sorry, it's this one over here. They're trying to form a triangle. That's awfully cute of them, playing connect dots on their own. What's over there? That one may form another sunspot, but we know we definitely have a sunspot coming over here. And look at how those two are like buddies. They're on the same plane, on the same level. I mean, just latitude-wise. Yeah, look how this one is popping, dude. This one is active, and it looks like it's going to be big. All right. And on Tuesday, I'm also super fascinated by this ice and snow spot. If the pink is going to be ice, that is going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. So you'll be having tornadoes below and snow and ice north, above, which is kind of like what happened with the snowstorm and the tornadoes in Texas just the other day. So then on Wednesday, it's ripping through. And then on Thursday, it's got severe weather elements down in here, and it is starting to show signs of heavy rain again. And so we're starting to see it like grow a storm out of its tail. When the next storm comes in, they combine, and then they grow a storm out of its tail. This would still be Thursday, a lot more heavy rain. And it's kind of backed off on the heavy rain values for the 25th storm. But models have been really windshield wipery, wishy-washy. So I wouldn't completely trust that. Now it is showing more rain in the second storm. I still think the third storm may be the worst of all three. But let's just take it day by day and see what happens. But yeah, the 25th storm still looks like it's going to be a problem. So if we're still going through the first storm, I guess. And then we got our second storm coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the storms in between. And then the big storm on the 25th. If my calculations are correct, sometimes I get stuff wrong, though. We all do. I think, pretty sure. But yeah, you can see the high pressure over here. And then as the moisture pushes in on it. Did I mention shit was glitchy? Oh, dang, I cussed. And hey, I survive and thrive on contributions, cards, gifts. But I try not to push it, because I don't ever want to be greedy. But I do have vacation coming up, which I haven't taken in a couple years now. And I got to go home, see family, and take care of business and stuff like that. So any help that I could get, I may or may not have earned over the last 8 years, 7 years. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd appreciate. Bitcoin hit 61, then dropped. So if anyone got Bitcoin rich and want to be like, hey, thanks, Thor, that'd be cool. That happened a lot in 2017. Didn't happen as much this time, even though the price tripled from the 2017 highs. Yeah, things are strange. I don't know. God seems to take care of me, and y'all take great care of me too. So, what's it talking about? Yeah, shit is glitchy. And you can stare at the glitches and be like, is there a message in here? Because that is not, like if you click one forward, bing, wait, bang, boom, bam. Why is it not working? One moment, please. Technical difficulties. I was hitting the wrong button. Yeah, see? That's weird. But maybe it's just a glitch, but they're all glitching. And it's pretty rare for us to get a southern warning this far out, 3 days. So I would super take this seriously, party people. And it's the Ides of March officially on the 15th it starts. And I went back and looked at like all the videos that I made and all the marches since I've been doing this. And yeah, the March energy is definitely weird and wild. And some people say the actual New Year, or how they used to calculate it back in the day, starts on March 20th. And if that was true, that would be my third New Year in, 3 months and 15 days ish, or whatever. And I think it is fascinating that the freeziness is dipping this deep down into the ocean. I mean, it's almost like trying to dip down to Hawaii. See that shit? That's crazy. I cussed twice. Dagnabbit. And so, yeah, just from all the intangible factors that I look at, the energy is definitely weird. And not only did a giant sandstorm punch Texas and New Mexico in the face on the back end of the blizzard, or that would be more northern, but all flights to and from airports in 5 different cities in northwest China's Gansu province, Wuwei, Jinchang, Zhejiang, Jinquan, and Zhuoyuan have been canceled due to heavy sandstorms that hit the region on Monday, local authorities said. So yeah, getting hit by a giant Martian dust storm. I mean, it's probably not Mars dust. To start off, Ides of March, that's a thing. What is it? Sun, pink in the morning, sailor's delight, and sun, super cray, sunrise, you better secure your baby, or something like that. I'm single, BTW, which means, by the way, which is a weird Twitter trend. So yeah, 2021, the adventure continues. We survived every day before this one. Let's try to survive this one. But we definitely have lost way more people than I wanted to from 2017 on. And if you haven't seen that, we've seen an uptick of losing Earthlings since 2017, then you're either a fool or worse. And I don't mean to be negative. And underneath it all is a debate about, can cryptocurrencies replace fiat in the future? And everybody's got their own opinion. Although some people aren't really paying attention right now. So you figure they had like 100 trillion in the Cayman Islands, maybe 50. And somehow they had to move that onto more liquid assets. Cryptocurrencies really helps them do that. If that's what they want to do. And so if like, what is the market cap of this is like 1 trillion? Anyway, I gave you some big hints about math there if you want to try and pursue them. But what I'm saying is there are some super heavy holders of Bitcoin, guys who can sell and make it drop, 3% in 1 second. Boom. And this happened at 4:20. It's 4:20 somewhere, 9:20 a.m. UTC. It's got to be 4:20 somewhere when that happened. Anywho, I don't know what's going to happen next. Taking guesses. But I know that like in 2017, 2018, I was warning about Grand Theft Crisis. So will we start to team up and work together? Or will we just get the next big, huge crisis that, quote unquote, asterisk, nobody saw coming? This is Marapi, volcano, Indonesia. So I'm doing the best I can with the hand I've been dealt. Yeah. And I hope you will do the same. Okay, so the Mars Earth opposition, which happens every 2.6 years, I think, maybe 2.4. Anyway, the last one that happened was in October. It's like the 16th, 13th. So it's weird. That was a very Marsy period for sure. And Mars was bright in the sky, retrograding. And so now we're going to the Mars month, which is March. So I don't know. It's always like a weird tug of war between Earthlings and Martians. And like Martian law has been trying to work its way here since 1996, 1999, 2001. I don't know. Take your guess. Planetary Defense Commander, I do the best I can to put out solid information. Yeah, sure, it's always got mythological comic book undertones to it because that's life, But let's work together. Team Earth, buddy. I mean, the soonest they talk about enjoying any fruits of Mars would be 2030. So the idea of like, or 2035, the idea of like, hey, let's do all this work so Mars can be awesome 15 years from now. It's weird when our water is super dirty, our infrastructure is super behind. I don't know, man. Because if angry Martians learned or figured out a way to look like actual dogs, then we would be in trouble because we trust dogs. We love dogs. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I've been talking about a solar system truce for multiple years now, and I guess I'll keep at it as long as I'm breathing, because I think peace is the way forward. All right, God bless everyone. And it would be great if America, the Americas, China, Russia, the Middle East, and everybody, plus the people who are 100 miles over Earth and beyond, would work together to improve everything. Okay, cool. Have a great day. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out. God bless everyone.